Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy on this Monday, December 27th. We are post Hanukkah, post Christmas, post Kwanzaa, post holidays. That's fucking weird. The holiday season this year came and then it went. And all we have is Thanksgiving happened, is New Year's Eve. And then life starts in 2022. How fucking crazy is that? In the next couple of days while I am streaming, I definitely want to do a best of TV, movies, all that, best of the year personally and all of that as well. And I was thinking about doing that today, but then there's a Batman trailer that dropped. And I was like, holy shit tits. Which is the most elegant way I can say it. Eloquent and elegant. Kwanzaa 7 days. Okay, well, so that we're on day 2 of Kwanzaa then? Is today day 2 of Kwanzaa? Post Boxing Day. I didn't know what that was until I watched the movie Spencer. Happy second day of Kwanzaa then? I didn't know that Kwanzaa goes into the new year. That's wild. Who knew that Kwanzaa spread through from 2021 into 2022? Not me. Probably because ignorant. So, damn. Thank you for letting me know, and happy second day of Kwanzaa. So we're not post shit. We're still in the middle of the holiday season. Big come up. Big come up. Also, not only did the Batman trailer drop, Batman, the third trailer, the Bat and the Cat in the hat with the rat, but I went to a wedding last night. And if you've been following my Instagram stories, I don't even know that wedding is the right term for it. It was certainly a wedding because 2 people got married, but I've never been to an event this extravagant in my whole life. I felt like a famous person in like some kind of Great Gatsby, Bridgerton, something. It was fucking wild. It was fucking wild. And then on top of that, I also watched the Insecure finale when I got home last night from the wedding. Cannot believe that we are done with Insecure. Crushed about that, but really enjoyed what I saw and have thoughts on that. So those are some of the things we're going to be talking about today. Plus, I am post-COVID a few days, having some really weird side effects still. And a lot of you guys are in my DMs that you have the same thing. And I mean, by a lot, I mean hundreds of people have been messaging me about the spasm thing, which for those of you guys who don't follow me on Instagram, I've been experiencing extreme spasms post-COVID. It started in my legs, it moved from my legs to my arms to my back, and now it's back mostly in my legs, and you guys have been giving me advice. So talking a little bit about post-COVID as well, and more. And by and more, I mean, and whatever the fuck you guys want to talk about, because we are live at the Roxy. I'm Roxy, so I pick most of the things, and then you guys are the rock stars, so you guys get to pick whatever the fuck you want to. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Super chat in. If you've been watching me all year and you're like, thanks, Rox. Thanks for going live. Every day you had COVID, during Thanksgiving, during Christmas, and Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa, even when you didn't know it was day 2 of Kwanzaa. Thanks for going live during Valentine's Day and during all of the holidays. Thanks for not leaving us alone. I just want to show support. That's fucking cool. Going to the Streamlabs. If you're like, I have a question, go into the Streamlabs. If you have really strong thoughts on this Batman trailer, or on Insecure's finale, or on the fucking crazy ass wedding I went to last night, streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. It's a really good place. I think you'll like it a lot. I know I do. Let's go into the Streamlabs to start the show, and then let's talk a little bit about Batman. I want to start with that because I just watched the trailer about 15 times. It's fresh in my mind, and I'm a huge Batman nerd and fan, as you guys know. The Dark Knight being my favorite comic book movie of all time, and so obviously I really fucking want to talk about that. Also, Batman being the shit. I have a lot more things to say about that, but we will get there. Today is the 27th of December, and the first Streamlabs coming through today is coming through from none other than the Zen one himself. I was going to call him the Glenn one himself. The Zen one himself, Glenn Caesar, said hello and a good day to you, Roxy, sending well wishes. And thank you for hanging out. I hope you read my Streamlabs from Sunday. I did, of course, Glenn. I read them every time that you send them. Happy second day of Kwanzaa to all who's celebrating. Umoja, which means unity, and Kuji Chaguila, Kuji Kuji Chaguila, self-determination. What language is that, Glenn? To Roxy, RJ, Rockstars, and everyone. I've never heard this before. Umoja and Kuji Chaguila. Kuji Chaguila. Let us know where that is coming from, Glenn. I don't think you've ever said that before. Apollo 3JP in the streamlabs.com/Roxy. Apollo, I thought we lost you. Mate. Fam, wishing you a successful and healthy 2022. Insecure is one of the best and most consistent HBO series HBO ever had. Nailed the finale. Licorice Pizza is fantastic. So is Don't Look Up. Matrix Resurrections broke my heart. More like Matrix. I've heard from the people that I usually agree with that Matrix is fucking amazing. So I'm excited to see that. Darina loved it. Licorice Pizza, I've heard decent things about. I've heard not good things about Don't Look Up. And I agree that I really liked the Insecure finale. So excited to discuss that a little bit more in a bit. Shout out to Andrew Thomas in here. Says, hey, the most beautiful Roxy. The Batman trailer looks cool. The Riddler is my second Batman villain. Maybe your second favorite. And he looks cool in the trailer. Yeah, holy shit. Glenn in here says Kuji Ja Kula. It's Swahili. Glenn, do you speak Swahili? Or how come you're sending it in Swahili? Just mixing it up a little bit. Curious. Everyone likes Matrix in their own way. Says Ryan Payne. It sounds like in Apollo 3JP's way, that's not at all. Or at least the new one. Let's talk about this Batman trailer. Send in your bits, bots, thoughts, twats. Send in your Streamlabs and your super chats and let me know how you felt about the Batman trailer. I also, after the Batman trailer, felt inspired to go to Heavy Spoilers. And Heavy Spoilers just posted the trailer. They didn't post his thoughts, so I was surprised by that. To go to Real Rejects, always watching my guys over at Real Rejects. They did a fucking great job with this breakdown. And then I also went to IMDb because I had some questions and thoughts on different things. So let's talk about the Batman trailer. In general, this Batman trailer gave us a fuck ton more. This was very plot driven and very much so both plot and relationship driven. So this is the first trailer. It's called The Cat in the Bat for a reason. Obviously, Selena Kyle and Batman and Bruce Wayne, but not Bruce Wayne, Catwoman and Batman have a hot and heavy, as my people would say, the Jews. They have a hot and heavy relationship here. And it was really cool to see their chemistry. I think Zoe Kravitz is a fucking star. Obviously, Robert Pattinson as well. And so watching them in this trailer a little more. But I already knew that. I already knew they were going to be splendid together. There were these rumors about them getting it on like Donkey Kong. And honestly, I hope more fanfic comes out about that because, yes, please. When people who look like they make out, it's good for the world. Is it? I don't know, but that's just my thoughts. This was a very cool. Oh, guys, Steph Sabra's FaceTiming me. I'm going to pick up in the middle of this, and I'm going to just tell her that we're live on air.
Hey.
Hi, I'm live at the Roxy, but I didn't want to not pick up because I thought that maybe then you would never talk to me again, and it would be like days. So I am going to be done in like 35 minutes, and then I'm going to call you then. You look really cute. They can't see, but you look really cute. Her hair is in like a high pony braid.
It's so good to hear your full voice.
I know. It's back.
I love you.
I love you too. Okay, bye.
See you then. Bye.
Okay, so going back to Batman, that was very, very important sidebar, obviously. The cool things are that we got to see more of their relationship, but also that we get to know more of the plot. Now, a lot of the people that I was listening to or seeing online are saying that we saw too much of the plot. I don't really know that there's such thing as knowing too much of the plot going into a Batman movie, because if you've read any of the source material or you've seen any of the other Batman movies, I mean, at this point, we've had so many fucking Batman movies. We know when they're taking from when they're taken from Year One or Long Halloween or there's spoilers are everywhere. It's almost like doing a Princess Diana movie, and I understand that that is based on a real person, but like a lot of times you know what's gonna happen, kind of. So I don't mind when the Batman trailers show us a little more because a lot of it is out there already. Now, if you are trying to avoid knowing anything about a movie going into it, of course, don't watch the trailer. But this one was a little more plot specific, and I didn't mind that, but I understand the point that everybody else had, or a lot of other people had, that they thought it was too much. Some of my favorite parts of the trailer, I really love the moment that Selena Kyle says, I have a thing about strays. After Batman says that she has a thing for cats, she says she has a thing about strays. That was a really strong line and gives us a lot of insight. There are these one-liners that kind of open the soul of a character. And I feel like that just really fucking dipped into the soul of her character. Also, very curious about Alfred lied to Bruce for years when he said, you lied to me for years. Want to know more about that based on backstory. There's a lot of different things that could be about his dad, about his family, about the death of his family. There's could be way more to that story about where Alfred comes from and what his abilities are. Catwoman seems to not know that Batman is Bruce Wayne, at least at some point in this story. A lot of people seem to not think that he's Bruce Wayne. That makes sense. We're starting at not the beginning, but earlier on in Batman's career. I think that we start the movie off with this woman, I believe based on my IMDb search, that this is Jamie Lawson, who is playing Bella Reed, who is a politician who's running to become the mayor of Gotham City. She's been looking for Batman. She thinks Batman could be doing more philanthropy for the city. Based on her knowledge, he's not doing shit for the city. Obviously, we know that not to be true, but a cool way to start off the trailer. More curious about her character and what exactly happens there. Also, when I went down my IMDb rabbit hole, started looking at other characters that are in this that I was not even paying any attention to. Apparently, and I don't know how I missed this in the previous trailers because I think he's in one of them, but Barry Keoghan, or also known as Druig from the Eternals, is playing Officer Stanley Merkel in this, which is James Gordon's partner. Now, at the time that he was filming this, I wonder if he had already filmed Eternals or at what like level of stardom they thought he was going to be. It's kind of a random ass role for him to be in after Eternals, but we know that this movie got mad delayed. That one got mad delayed too, though, so I don't know how that exactly worked, but kind of fascinating. You guys know he was my favorite character in Eternals, so looking forward to seeing more of him. I also saw Charlie and Max Carver are in this. I went to USC with them. They're twins, and they are unlisted characters. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be big characters in this because I haven't seen them work in a while. Last time I saw them, I think it was on Desperate Housewives. But it's always fascinating when you cast twins in something and then they're not listed. Are they just playing twins on the street randomly? Or are there certain characters that we're not thinking of? There's already going to be, this is such a fully loaded cast with so many characters in it. This trailer really focuses on the Riddler, who obviously I think all of us are extremely excited for. It's going to be incredible to see what Paul Dano can do. And I'm almost more excited for the Riddler than I am the Penguin. I think the Riddler is going to have, it seems like the Riddler is going to have a bigger role in this movie than the Penguin, even though the Penguin's being played by Colin Farrell. So we know he's obviously going to have a big role in this as well. But it seems like the Riddler is really going to be the heart of the villain story here. I'm not sure about that, but those are my thoughts. And I'm looking forward to that. This trailer didn't do anything in terms of, didn't make me give a flying, didn't move the needle. It wasn't like I wasn't going to see this and now I'm going to see this. Of course I'm going to fucking see this movie. So it didn't do anything there, but I'm really excited about, just really excited about this. Really excited about the movie, and this trailer got me even more excited about it. You guys are guessing in here. You say Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Garth McMurray says Min and Max are identical twins who work as Two-Face's henchmen. Yeah, there's a lot of different things. So I wasn't even looking at IMDb previously, and now all of a sudden I was like, oh, okay, I think there's a lot of information here as well. Zeno Hour says Keoghan filmed this after Eternals, and the word is he's actually playing Joker. That would be wild. That would be really wild to see. I think he would make an excellent Joker, but I doubt that they have a Joker in this movie. I think that would be a lot. That would be a lot, and especially when I don't think there's going to only be one. I don't think that there's a world in which there's only one Robert Pattinson Batman movie, even though we're talking about that's a possibility. And I guess that's how it worked with the Joker. But didn't we already get an announcement of the Joker too? I don't think that we're gonna have the Joker in this movie, but maybe in the future, maybe down the line. How did you guys feel about the trailer? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider, super chat in. Did this trailer work for you? Was this your favorite of the three main trailers that we've seen? There were kind of some teasers and stuff in between, but this is what I'm calling the third of the main trailers. Did this were you guys like, why did Warner Brothers even drop this? Doesn't matter. Or were you guys like, fuck yeah, I like the direction it's going in? One of the things I haven't mentioned, which is obvious, but I might as well mention it. This looks really fucking good. This looks really fucking good. The cinematography is unbelievable. The tone of this was a lot more fast paced than some of the other trailers. It looks like this movie is going to be truly, truly amazing. If this movie is less than amazing, I think people are going to be extremely disappointed because that's how high the expectations are going in. Not just because this is a Batman movie and not just because it's Matt Reeves, but because of everything they've shown us from it so far and the amount of time we've been fucking looking at footage from this and waiting. I mean, I remember DC Fandom 2 years ago. We got not this year's DC Fandom, last year's DC Fandom. We got that fucking sick. They hadn't even finished filming the movie, and we got that sick fucking trailer. And it's like we've just been looking at this for a really long time. And if this movie is not great, or people are going to be frustrated because this movie looks like it's going to be fucking great. So that. Go into the Streamlabs. Let me know your thoughts, questions, comments, concerns. It's still hard to talk for a long period of time because of post-COVID, so I won't be here much longer. Plus, I need to call back Steph Sabra, but you guys have things to say, and I can't wait to read them. So Streamlabs in. Let's see, Sir Joker 40 says, Roxy, you rock. Love the hair. It's so fetch. The languages are probably my first name and middle name are Swahili African dialect. The languages are probably my first name and middle name are Swahili African dialect. Okay, Joker Bunny Gang. I don't know what you mean. Jimmy Nail says, Roxy, glad you're on the mend, friend. Thank you for all that you've done this year. If I don't get the chance to tell you and the Rockstars Happy New Year, and may you find much joy in 2022. Why wouldn't you get the chance to tell us, Jimmy Nails? I'm definitely going to be here. And tomorrow I'm hosting SEN, I think. Doing a 2-hour show in the morning is so hard with my throat, but I'm going to try. Ash says, hey, Roxy, Happy New Year's Eve. Thanks for going live every day. You're fantastic. For 2022, New Year's Eve. Totally, Ash. I hope you're able to go live whenever you want instead of feeling like you have to go live every day. Thanks, Ash. Still thinking about it. I was supposed to spend the last week thinking about it, but COVID brain is real, y'all. Glenn Caesar says, Kujijakulia. Kwanzaa is 7 days. Each day is devoted to one word, which are all Swahili words. Oh, that's cool. No, I don't speak it, but we learned about Kwanzaa and the 7 words in elementary school. I think we probably did too. It was a long time ago, though. Thanks for reading it. Shout out to Ryan Payne for reminding me. Oh, very cool, Ryan Payne. Thanks for telling us. I don't know how best to wish my friends a happy Kwanzaa or who to wish a happy Kwanzaa. I don't know really who celebrates. So many of my friends celebrate Christmas, like literally all of them celebrate Christmas, it feels like, that maybe they're so focused on Christmas that they're not posting about Kwanzaa. But yeah, I just don't know how and who to wish a happy Kwanzaa because I don't ever see anybody post about it or anything. So maybe I'm just in the wrong circles, but you guys tell me how best and how to know when somebody celebrates. Jimmy Nail says the relationship with Catwoman is mad overdone. # Team Talia. I like Talia too. I really liked Talia in the Arrowverse, but I don't think the relationship with Catwoman is overdone at all. I think it is so hot and great, and I love the character Catwoman. And we've never had a cooler Catwoman. There's been a lot of cool Catwomans, but Zoe Kravitz like takes the cake. Glenn Caesar says, hello, good day to you, Roxy. Sending well wishes. Thank you for hanging out. Peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you, your dad, Jet, Sky, Grabbing Puppo, and your family. Be most excellent to yourselves, to each other. RJ and Rockstars, y'all are dope. Hopefully you're doing and feeling good today and every day, and or working on something that feels good, Roxy. But I'm sure Roxy's best, Roxy number one, Roxy's best, Roxy number one, Roxy's best, Roxy number one. Yeah. Stay awesome. Thanks, Glenn. I will try my very best. Any other questions, comments, concerns about Batman trailer? Let me know. I'm going to end with talking about Insecure. But in the meantime, I'm going to talk about this fucking, like, not so wedding I went to last night. So, my first friend I ever met in college, her name is Natalia. And we met because she was at orientation, the same orientation as before school even started. At USC, we were at the same orientation. And it was so fucking funny because here I am coming from Boston. I'm like this like aggressive in all pink terry cloth dress. I think it was like this fucking Juicy Couture hideous dress that was this straight dress. You guys remember the style? I think it was like this tube top towel material dress that wrapped around, and then it went like right like flared out a little bit. It was fucking gross, and I think I was in wedges. Just an atrocious look. And she was from Miami, living in LA, had already starred in the Bratz movie, was like very, very cool, way too cool for me. I think she was in some all black, like trendy ass outfit. And her family was in from Australia, and her grandparents started talking to Grammy, and her mom started talking to Grammy, and they decided to try to make us friends. And she gave me one look and was like, nope, that is not going to be my friend. And I looked at her and was just like very intimidated by her. And coming from Boston, I wasn't intimidated by anybody, but I was just like, wow, this is what LA is. There's no fucking way. I'm pretty sure she was like, I don't even remember, like smoking a cigarette or something that I was like, whoa, this girl is fucking. And she wasn't staying at I was staying at the dorms for orientation. And she was like, I'm not staying at the dorms. That's weird. And needless to say, we did not hit it off. But then I think because we were both in theater classes and her last name is Ramos and mine is Stryer, and we were alphabetical for a lot of classes, we were sitting near each other. Whatever it was, we started slowly becoming friends. And then she became one of my best friends in college. And she always lived off campus, so she would come and stay with me. And she was super duper auditioning. She started in this Nickelodeon show when we were in school, and she took time off, House of Anubis, and she was putting herself through school. So she was filming and then coming back. Whatever. Long story short, she's a really good friend of mine. She's been a friend of mine for 12 years. I love her very much. And she was getting married. Now, this wedding was announced 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, and I had already was going away with my sister, so I wasn't going to go to the wedding because she didn't tell us until I had already was already booking all my shit with my sister. Then I got COVID and I couldn't go away with my sister, and I didn't have COVID in time for the wedding, so I was able to go to the wedding. So like all the stars aligned in order for me to go. I've never fucking seen anything like this. There was people on stilts, belly dancers. The man that she's marrying, which is by the way her high school sweetheart, who I love, who they've been together for like 15 years. He is Buddhist. She is Jewish. They had traditions from both. In the morning, they did this big Buddhist ceremony. In the afternoon, they did their ceremony, which was Jewish under a chuppah, and the whole thing was so fucking extravagant. I felt like I was on a different planet. Like I've never. It's crazy what you can do when you have means and extreme taste. It just was like I've never experienced anything like this. I've never in my whole life experienced anything like this. Terrence Howard was at the fucking wedding, by the way. I looked over and I was like, well, there was a 4-course meal in the middle of this thing, a full-blown 4-course meal. That was a 3-hour sit-down 4-course meal, the best food I've ever eaten in my entire life. It was this like, I took a picture of the menu. I was taking a picture of everything. I felt like a tourist. I have never been a part of anything in my whole life like this. The amount of people who have DM me being like, I'd be happy to be your +1 next time, or like, where the fuck was this? What the fuck were you at? I've never, ever, ever in my life been to an event like this. And you guys know I'm like Miss Wedding. I go to all the weddings. I've never been to an event like this. But the coolest part for me was the fact that he's Buddhist and she's Jewish, and they really tried to implement that into all parts of the wedding. And so in every speech, like, they were talking about a lot of Buddhist values and then Jewish values, and those cultures merging. The reason they did this right now is because it was the best time for all of their grandparents to be there. And so Natalia's grandparents flew in, Derek's did. She is from Australia and Spain. He is from Vietnam, and so there was a lot of travel for a lot of people. The whole thing was just like nuts. There were flowers in every single inch of every single place. There was massive Christmas tree lights and the whole thing. It was insane. It was at the do you guys know Hearst, like Hearst Castle, the Hearst Estate in Los Angeles? Every room was something different. There was like so many fucking bars. It's so wild when, like, I'm so happy for them. This is like the coolest fucking thing I've ever gone to. It was sick. There was a Bridgerton room where people were dancing and violinists were playing the whole time, and a harp player. Her dad, who is like a pop star in Spain, wrote her this beautiful song and performed it. It was just like thing after thing. It was amazing. But I had to leave at 9:30 because I had been there since 2. I'm post-COVID. I could barely stand. It was so much. So sad that I had to leave. But it's just it's crazy and wild, like, to watch life of like this be life. I was like, oh my God, I feel like this is so foreign to me. And it was just like so crazy. It was so wild. It was so wild. I've never experienced anything like that. I'm literally talking about it just because I've never experienced anything like it. I was like, oh, everywhere I turned, I really felt like, have you guys ever been in a situation where where you feel loved and supported, of course, but I never felt like less, not like I belonged, but I was like, oh my, I felt like a 5-year-old. Everywhere I looked, I was like, oh, like, it was crazy to watch. Crazy to watch. If you look at my story, you'll see a little bit. But in between the wedding and the dinner, there was a caviar and champagne room, and it was an ice bar of all different kinds of caviar. All you could eat caviar and champagne. I had one glass of champagne, by the way, because I wasn't drinking because of my COVID, but I don't have COVID. I tested negative and I've been out of it for days, you guys know, but because post-COVID, but it was my first sip of alcohol in weeks. And gosh, that one glass of champagne tasted so fucking good. I was like, if only I could rage my fucking face off right now. And people did. They danced the night away, I heard. So anyway, it was wild. It was wild. I've never in my life. Never in my life. But then I was exhausted. And I think one of the things post-COVID is like, you're told that you should take it easy, but also do some cardio. I definitely didn't take it easy. And then this morning was like, it felt like I'd been hit by a fucking bus. I was like, oh my God. Anyway, I just share with you guys about my life always. So that is what the night was like. It was fucking insane. It was fucking insane. It's kind of like when somebody tells you about a dream and you're like, I don't really care about that dream. And it's like, yeah, but you have to listen. It was the craziest fucking dream. That. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Glenn says, may you breathe in. It's a little hard, Glenn, I love you so much, but during this time, we got to avoid these novels, I think, still. I'm so grateful for your support. I love it, and I can read them later, but they're all, okay, I'll try. I hope you all remember to say to yourself, I'm kind, I'm caring, I'm fully unique, I'm worthy, my story is important, deserves to be seen and heard. May you fill your never-ending goblet of happiness and joy and get to drink from it whenever, wherever you can. May you breathe in and or imagine a lot of golden sparkles of love filling your body, especially your chest and throat area. I hope you have lots of yellow hearts and green hearts flowing into you, Roxy and rock stars, for happiness, joy, and healing today and every day. I hope you live in serenity and actually get to see and feel or perceive the yellow and green colored energies, sparkles of happiness and joy manifesting in your day to day life today, tomorrow, the next day, and beyond. So you glow and radiate for all to see. Being unselfishly loving and supportive of others, thanks, Glenn, including strangers, whether it's on the internet or not, as well as being kind, caring, and fully unique, makes you humane, worthy, and a cozy fire to be near. You're uplifting, a priceless treasure, and an inspiration. Oh, I did it. I did it. Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate you. Um, much love, my friend. Okay. Let's talk about Insecure. Let's talk about Insecure. Just seeing this comment in here. Rick Sage says, "What's up, Roxy? Take me out to dinner." This is like the worst way to, you like can't ask somebody if they'll ask you out. It's just like a psychotic thing to do. It's just fucking nuts. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Insecure. Yo, this finale was fucking great. I am about to give spoilers for the Insecure finale because I honestly think most of you guys don't watch it, which is a fucking crying shame. Crying shame. This show is so good. I've recommended it to a dozen people this week as the finale is coming because now I think that this is an unbelievably bingeable show. It's only 5 seasons. The episodes play really short. You get invested very quick. It's not one of those shows where you have to wait 1 season or 2 seasons for there to be good episodes. You immediately like the show. The characters are real. Even though sometimes some of the characters can suck in life, some of us as people suck. Yes, I'm looking at you, Molly, and justice for Molly because she fucking rocked it at the end there. But just in general, I think that it's ridiculous that this is not a bigger show. It's fucking maddening. It's nuts. The finale was incredible for a few different reasons. The the last 3 seasons of this show, or even from the beginning of the show, the fans have made it about who is Issa going to end up with. We always ask that. We talk about that on this show all the time, sometimes over on the World Girls, and in any phone call I have with any of my friends who watch Insecure. Who is she going to end up with? She's gotten herself in a love triangle situation on this show, but in general, she started the show with Jay Ellis's character. Why is it on this show that maybe it's because Issa's name is Issa and it's Issa D on the show instead of Issa Rae? Why is it that I have a hard time always with Nathan and what the fuck is his? I don't know why. For some reason, neither Nathan nor Jay Ellis's characters' names stick with me. They never have. They never have. Molly's and Issa's no problem, but whatever. One of you guys will tell me about it in the chat. She's been in a love triangle for the last several seasons, though, but she did start the show with one man, with Lawrence. Come on, Steph. For some reason, hi, babe. I can never, even though I'm Team Lawrence, with Nathan and Lawrence, I always like neither of their names. I don't know. Their character names just don't fit them for me for some reason. But I've been Team Lawrence since the start. I'm Team Jay Ellis in life. And it seems like that's been the conversation that we have all the time. And what I loved about the finale was that it reminded us that that's actually not what it's fucking about. While they did make a decision on who she was going to end up with, it's actually not what the show is about. So that almost took a back seat to what the show is about, which is finding your soulmate. And her soulmate is Molly. Her best friend is Molly. Issa and Molly are best friends. And at the end of the day, you need your person. You need your ride or die. You need your person who your enemies are their enemies and your friends are their friends, and they've got your back no matter what. And no matter what life throws at you, no matter what guys do, because guys are going to be doing what guys do, whether that's cheating on you or being amazing or lying to you or showing up when you didn't expect them to, no matter what anything else is going on, it's a best friend. Yeah, Melissa Burnett is a best friend love story. And I didn't expect that. I expected the big reveal to be, is she with Lawrence or is she with Nathan? I think we need to give them different names. Is she with Lawrence or is she with Nathan? And I actually love Nathan's character. I think he was really important for her growth. But this finale makes the smart decision of us seeing this through the birthdays of the best friends and the group of best girlfriends and time passing in that way. And you just kind of start to realize, like, in life, you just fucking make choices and then you make new choices. And then it's the next day, and then it's the next season. And then you make choices based on that season and the information that's given to you then. And I loved it. I loved it. It almost didn't matter that she ended up with Lawrence, even though the majority of fans wanted her to end up with Lawrence. And if you watch the after show where Issa's talking about it, Issa says when she started out this season 5, the final season, her intention was for Issa to end up with Nathan. And she thought she was going to end up with Nathan. But then as the show went on and as the layout for the season happened, she was just like, but Lawrence is my dude. It's not Nathan. And I think the reason why that came to be is because there was the most amount of growth between season 1 and season 5 with Lawrence and with Issa as individual characters. And it showed sometimes you could find your way back to people that you weren't expecting to. Now, I think that's a really dangerous message in general, because in life, we shouldn't move backwards. We should move forwards. And typically, if you guys broke up, if people break up, there's a reason for breaking up. And we all look at things in rose-colored glasses. We think we had these perfect, beautiful relationships when really, like, a lot of us were treated like fucking shit. Or treated somebody like fucking shit, or nobody treated anybody like shit. It just wasn't meant to be. And we make up these things in our mind, like the timing just wasn't right, or the situation, if it wasn't for this one thing, when that's a lie. It just didn't fucking work. It didn't work. And so in general, I think usually getting back with your ex, which I'm extremely guilty of, is a really fucking bad idea that's just prolonging the inevitable. But there are, of course, exceptions to the rule, as we learned from He's Just Not That Into You. And I do think that this is an exception to the rule. I do think that Issa really put in the work to be the best her she can be. And Lawrence really put in the work. He became a fucking dad. And this life that they always pictured having that Issa pictured with Lawrence, with a home and a child, while it's not in the cookie cutter way she might have pictured it, that is what happened. She becomes stepmom Issa. And that was really great to see. So the love story was satisfying enough, but the best part was how it really did remind us who you end up with matters, but your person, which can be your best friend, matters so fucking much too. And there are times where I thought that Molly and Issa should drop each other as friends, and I was in the wrong, but you just get so fucking annoyed with one of them. They're being such shitty friends to each other. And it was really cool to see them have each other's back throughout Molly's mom's death and all of Issa's career changes, and through all these seasons of Men, even though Issa came back around full circle and Molly really grew the fuck up and picked possibly the dopest dude on the show that there's ever been. I fucking love that guy. Even through all the seasons, all the birthdays, all the moves, this is their person. This is their ride or die. This is the person who's going to have your back no matter what. And that was really fucking cool. So yeah, I was very grateful for how they ended the show. I think that with shows like Game of Thrones or Sopranos that have such controversial finales on HBO, even Leftovers has a really controversial finale on HBO. It didn't put a bow on everything. It shows that life continues, but this showed us how they're going to live their lives and how they're going to operate, and that Molly and Issa are going to be Molly and Issa forever. And that was fucking cool. That was really fucking cool. What are your guys' thoughts? Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Would love to hear from you. What you thinking? Let me know. Did any of you guys watch? Did any of you guys watch? Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs says he's not trying to kill me with his Streamlabs. He says, I don't want to be the Roxy killer. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll do some summarizing for the next few weeks, probably. Let's see. I know my girl Melissa Byrne watched. It's good to see a guy taking a girl back after cheating. It's usually the other way. That's true. That's true. I believe in the end, there's just no fucking way Issa cheats on him again. There's just no fucking way. We've seen her grow. It's not the way that it's going to be. Garth never watched. It's worth your time, I'm telling you. Joseph says, I'm glad they stuck the landing, better than Scandal. I don't know what the correlation between those two shows are, but I like the Scandal finale. Manny never saw it. Y'all, you got to step up. You got to step up and start watching Insecure. Maybe now that it's done, you guys will. Steph said she cried so hard. Yeah, it was good. It was really good. Very solid. And I was glad to watch the after talk with Issa as well. All right, friends. Getting out of here as none of you guys are watching one of the best shows on TV. Dude, I binged Sex Lives of College Girls too, Melissa Byrne. So good. Rick says, I've never seen the shows. Y'all, Xena never watched the show. Maybe this will convince you guys. Check out the show. And me saying how it ends, I don't think will make the show any less enjoyable to watch. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for SEN Live. I'm going to fucking die on that show. I have not woken up at 9 a.m. in 2 weeks. Or gotten out of bed, I mean. We'll see how that goes. And I'll be live at the Roxy tomorrow after that. Then don't forget, Wednesday, we are dropping our trailer for the World Girls. So fucking excited about this. It's looking awesome. And it will be live on Wednesday also here, I think. Tomorrow, my timing might be weird because I know might go a little earlier because I think I'm trying to take Grammy to get her nails did. All of my nails broke because I haven't been able to go in over a month. It's really fucking sad. Now I'm just rambling. Stay safe, stay sane, put down the toilet seat and lid, make your bed. Don't tremble with the Holocaust. Brett Miles, Jonathan, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. And I will see you guys tomorrow twice. Later.